Most people think logic begins when symbols appear on the blackboard. Little arrows, squares, premises lined up like soldiers. But logic begins much earlier. It begins the moment you feel that something in a story does not fit. The moment one detail changes everything around it. The moment a promise and an action refuse to stay together. Aristotle saw it earlier than almost anyone. Not yet as symbolic logic. Not yet as mathematical proof theory, but as the structure hidden inside judgment. He noticed that a judgment already has an architecture. S is P, the subject, the predicate, and between them, the copula, the tiny word is. At first it looks like nothing, just grammar, but the copula is doing something enormous. It isn't placing two words beside each other. It's asserting a commitment. This belongs with this. This follows from this. This can now be treated as connected. And once the connection is asserted, consequences begin to appear. Some paths close, others open. Reasoning acquires direction. When you say S is P, you're not just describing, you're creating a constraint. You're saying, from here, not everything is equally available anymore. Logical form isn't a fixed grid imposed on thought from outside. It's what you get when you ask, of everything in this judgment, the tone, the associations, the context, the words, what is the part that actually does the inferential work? The abstraction isn't arbitrary. It's guided by a specific sensitivity to what makes reasoning succeed or fail as reasoning. When a conclusion is contradicted or too strong to be fair consequence of the premises. And what we usually experience is confusion at the surface. But underneath that surface, something more precise has happened. A hidden machinery failed to carry the weight of the inference. Some relation inside the structure could not sustain the transition from one state of thought to another. When we search for logical form, we are not merely decorating thought with symbols. We are trying to isolate the particular organization of elements that allowed the reasoning to succeed or caused it to fail. If that's right, then different logics, classical, intuitionistic, relevance, aren't competing grids. They're different answers to what kind of pressure matters. When an argument closes, when the debt is honored, when the conclusion is carried, that sense of completion is not happening in empty space. It's happening at the edge of what a particular logical framework can see, and it could not be modeled from some kind of classical univocal choice, like classical logic. The closure is real, but it's real within a horizon.